Business and Human Rights, or BHR, fits under the S in ESG, the social component. BHR policy looks not only at the internal policies of a company's diversity, representation, labor issues, etc., but also the behavior of its suppliers. In addition to monitoring for human rights in its own operations, a company is also increasingly under scrutiny to look at the actions of others in its supply chain. Today, social concerns account for a higher proportion of corporate controversies than environmental and governance issues. Therefore, companies that have become sophisticated in incorporating environmental and governance factors into their policies should also be considering processes for addressing social factors, such as human rights. What are the risks for companies that don't consider the implications of business and human rights? First, grassroots awareness of social issues is becoming more vocal, and this can affect the reputation of companies. Second, and most importantly, a robust legislative and quasi-legislative framework to curb forced labor and human rights abuses has been developing in the last few years, particularly in Europe, but also in the US and globally. This wave of legislation includes due diligence laws in France and Germany, an upcoming European directive, and a possible United Nations treaty currently under negotiation. U.S. companies operating abroad, especially in Europe, should be ready. They should develop robust business and human rights programs, including due diligence mechanisms, according to the United Nations Guiding Principles on Business and Human Rights, UNGPs, and the OECD guidelines for multinational enterprises. They will also have to monitor and assess the impact of their value chain partners. Moving forward, there is the potential for a wide range of sanctions for those who are not ready to address issues of business and human rights, from serious fines and compliance orders to liability for damages and exclusion from public tenders. For more on information on our ESG services, visit our website at arnoldporter.com.